Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Program World. So today's lecture is on operators that are present in the Java. So let's move on to know what is operator. So, operator in a sense, it can be defined as a symbol which performs a specific operation such as mathematical, logical, and other manipulations using one or more operands. And this Java supports very large number of operators, and some of the operators are given as example like addition, subtraction. These are arithmetic operators, etc. Now moving on to the types of operator, like what the operators are present in Java, like what it supports, what kind of operator it supports. Here is the list. You can see unary operator, arithmetic operator, shift operator, relation operator, bitwise operator, logical operator, ternary operator, and assignment operator. Let us know about all of these operators along with the program in example. So moving on to your unary operator. Unary, from the word itself, you can say that one. So it uses only one uses and it requires only one operand to perform the operation. And the what kind of operations it performs, like various operations like increment, decrementing the value by one, negating an expression, or inverting the value of boolean. These type of operations would be done by the unary operator, and you will understand well by looking at the program. So looking at this program, you can understand that this is a program related to the unary operator, and here is a variable x of int type, and value given is 10. So when you increase this, like this is post increment, this is pre increment, this is post decrement, and this is the pre decrement. Okay. So at its first use, the value whatever present, it would be there. Second use, the value gets increased, so you will get 11. So okay, in pre-increment, in the sense, firstly it will increase, later it will be assigned the value. So that's how it gets printed. This is how we use a unary operator for decrementations and all. Now moving on to the very noun arithmetic operators, because very well known in the sense they are almost same as mathematical operations that we perform, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and the division. So this is also same way we use this to perform those kind of operations, and you will see at the program, so and so that you can understand. See, a variable, b variable of the in data types are present. So normally addition operations, because 10 plus 5 is 15. So similarly subtraction, multiplication, division you will do. Finally modulus in the sense it gives the like reminder as a result. Okay, when you do the modulo division between the two values, the reminder would be the result. Here would the quotient would be the result. Okay, in this way you'll get the output. Now, shift operator. Shift operator, from the word shift itself, you can understand that like shifting in a sense, transferring and all. So this can be defined as an operator that can shift the bit position value to the left or to the right, depending on the required positions. And the shift operators, those are present in the Java, are like this. You can say left shift operator, right shift operator, and unsigned right shift. So now left shift operator, actually it is used to shift the value on the left depending on specified bit positions, and brings the sign bit value 0 onto the right position. Okay, just shifting to the left and assigning 0 to the right positions. If you see this program over here, 10 less than 2. Actually, this left shift operator is given the symbol like this. It's like this operator would be like this, less than is given. So when this is there, it means that it's you have to do left shifting. So it does left shifting in a sense. This is something you have to change into the this 10 into the binary. So when you change, you'll get 1010. So this says how many positions of the bits you have to move. So 2 bits they have given. So if you write in the binary 1010, you have to shift to the left. So right side 2 bits, whatever present, you have to place the 00. So it would be 101000. So coming from the least significant bit, you have to start 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 square, 2 cube. So 2 power 4, 2 power 5, and 2 power 6. After solving all this, you'll get the result. But the shortest formula to find out is n into 2 power s. Okay, here n is something whatever we are moving that. So 10, you will take 10 into 2 power s, I said. So s in the sense how many number of bits you are moving to the left. Here how many number of bits you have to move is 2 they given. So you will take 2. 10 into 2 power 2 in the sense 4. Now in the sense you will get 40. In this similar way you have to solve this all. You will get the output as 40, 80, 80 and 240. Moving on to right. So moving on to right shift operator, and that operator is given a symbol like this, like greater than type, and actually right shift in the sense it shifts to the right and assigns 0 bit to the left. Okay, if you see this here plus 4 is given, right? Convert this to the binary, so you'll get 0 1 0 0, and shift this all to the right, and this side one bit position is moved to the right, so you'll get 0 0 1 0 0. And as usual, as left shift do here also 2 power 0, 2 power 1 and all, you will get plus 2 for plus 4 and minus 4 as minus 2 as the output. That's it about this. Next. So last one in the shift operator is unsigned right shift, and operator symbol is like this. So what it does, always it assigns 0 on the left. So it is also called as zero fill right shift. That's all about this. Now moving on to the bitwise operator. Bitwise in the sense that they manipulate a set of bits associated with the operators, and this is only applicable for integers and character type values, and you shouldn't use for you cannot apply for floating point and boolean type values, since this bitwise operator can test, set or shift the individual bits to build another value. So these operators are essential for different programming tasks. So Java supports various bitwise operators, and the operators are like bitwise and bitwise or bitwise exclusive or one's complement, shift left, shift right, and unsigned right shift, or we can say shift right with zero fill. Okay, moving on to logical operators. These perform the logical operations between two operands, and the logical operators are like this: and, or, XOR, exclusive, or we can say so logical or short circuit, or logical and logical not. Okay, so moving on to now you will see AND operator examples like between logical and bitwise AND. While coming to the logical AND, if like certain conditions are present in the program, like if else, if you think, if first condition is false, then it doesn't move on to any other conditions. It gives that as output. That is what about the logical AND. But in case of bitwise AND, it always checks the both the conditions, whether the first condition is true or false. You'll see here in the program. When you come to the program, here A is given 10, B is 5. We know that A is greater than 5. Now here the condition given A is less than B, and logical and then A less than C. So A less than B is false, but it doesn't move. When it is false, it gives that as the output. That is what about the logical and it doesn't move to any other cases, conditions. Now coming to bitwise and here A less than B false, A less than C is true, but still it checks both the conditions and gives the output. So first one is false, so it gives that false. So output would be false and false. While coming now same program regarding the logical and bitwise and will be using here unary operators and all, like C if A less than B 10 less than 5 it is false, so it prints as usual false.
as this condition is not checked. So a value is 10, 10 would be there. So as usual it prints the 10, but in bitwise and it checks both the operations. So here the value becomes 11. So current value, whatever current value, with that current value only here it would be printed. So that would be the output. So you'll get false 10, false 11. Moving on to the or operator examples between the logical or and bitwise, or you'll see the differences in very nice way. As we have seen in end operator, what happens if first condition is false, it doesn't move to the any other conditions, right? But in or operator, it is reverse. Like if first condition is true, it doesn't go for checking of the second conditions and all. Okay, next in bitwise operators or operators, it is same as usual to the end operator. It checks both the condition whether first condition is true or false, and the example is program is here. You'll see a greater than b. So a is greater than b is yes, it is so true. Or when it is true, it gives that only as the output. We know about logical R, so no need to go check for this. It will print as usual true. And here coming to the bitwise or a greater than b is true and a less than c is also true. So it always gives true. So true to is true. So this is how, and we will see another one too. Like we have seen for the end, like unary operator in post increments and all. So if this is used, like say a greater than b is true, when it is true, it doesn't check this one, right? So as usual, in next statement the a value would be 10. Here as its current value is 10, so 10 would be printed. And a greater than b, so is a greater than b? Yes, it is. And a plus plus less than c, yeah, it is also true. So you will get true. So here value has increased, so that current value 11 would be printed, and hence you will get the output. That's true, 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 10, true, 11. Now, ternary operators. Ternary operators, in the sense, they are also like conditional operators that performs operation on three operands. Okay, and it is very much used lot in Java programming. Like if I say syntax, this is a condition, and this is symbol of ternary operator, and expression 1 is to expression 2. This would be the syntax of ternary operators. And if this condition is true, a will be the result of this expression. If this is false, b would be the result of the expression. In the sense, it's same as if then else statement type. Okay, it's in that way. If you take here 2 less than 5, yes, it's true, right? Then a would be the result. What is a? 2. So 2 will be the output. Coming to the assignment operators, they are very most common operators, and it's like whatever the value present on the right, you will be assigning to the operand on its left. Okay, if you take here a equals to 10 and b equals to 20 is the of which data types are given. A plus equals to 4. This also can be written as a equals to a plus 4. 10 plus 4 will be what? 14. So answer will be 14. Similar way, b minus 4 will be like, we can write as b equals to b minus 4. It's like assigning, right, whatever present the right to the operands or it left. That's it about the assignment operand. Nothing else much is present here. So 20 minus 4, 16 would be there. That's it. And here another more example relating to that, which is so similar, like a plus equals to 3. We can also write a equals to a plus 3, right? A plus means 10 plus 3, 13. So similar way, this like multiplication, division are also added here. That's how it takes place. Now lastly, the relational operators. There are actually 6 relational operators. Actually, these relational operators, in the sense, they compare two operands and they return a boolean value. Okay, and you can see down the 6 operator: less than, greater than, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, and equals to, and finally not equals to. That's it about this relational operators. They can perform the comparisons between two op. So that's it about all the operators. I hope it's reads to you and helpful. If any more queries, can comment down, and also join me at Telegram channel. And thanks for watching this video. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and click the bell icon for more updates. Keep supporting us as this is a new channel on the YouTube. Thanks. Have a nice day.